some basic concepts in chemistry. ये बेसिकली एनसीईआरटी का टॉपिक है और स्ट्रेचोमेट्री जो हम एंट्रेंस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू या आईआईटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोलते हैं स्ट्रेचोमेट्री. द बोथ द टॉपिक्स आर सेम. So now what is the basic purpose of this topic is stoichiometry. We discuss the how the in a reaction amount of reactant is consumed and what is the amount of product is going to be formed in a chemical reaction. That is being discussed in the stoichiometry. That is the basically fundamental principle of the stoichiometry. जैसे अगर कोई केमिकल रिएक्शन है, हमने दो रिएक्टेंट मिक्स करे. वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल, लाइक इफ वी मिक्स नाइट्रोजन एंड हाइड्रोजन इन ए कंटेनर, whatever the amount. Let's suppose I have mixed 3 moles of nitrogen and 5 mole of hydrogen. Now these two are reacting gases. अगर ये आपस में react करेंगी then ammonia would be formed. अब ammonia how much is going to be formed? That is being calculated by this concept, that is stoichiometry. कि when nitrogen and hydrogen will react to form the ammonia, what is the ammonia is going to be formed and what is the nitrogen and hydrogen going to be left in a container, that is being discussed in this topic. This topic is not limited only to the stoichiometry, whatever, whether it is an organic reaction, inorganic reaction, in every case this concept is used. Now it is based on two fundamental concepts. One, mole concept. Two, equivalent concept. Stoichiometry is based on two concepts. One, mole concept. Two, equivalent concept. By these two concepts, we can find out how much product is going to be formed in a reaction or how much reactant is left in a chemical reaction. These two concepts. Mole concept, till 10th class we study what is a mole, but equivalent we are going to be studying in 11th and 12th. So firstly I will discuss about mole, then I will tell you how to apply mole concept on a chemical reaction so that we can find out amount of product formed or amount of reactant consumed in a chemical reaction. So firstly I am going to discuss in detail about the mole. Then we will discuss the how mole is applied on a balanced chemical reaction so that in a chemical reaction amount of product formed or reactant consumed can be calculated. So I am now going to discuss about the mole. What is a mole? Basic concept, what is a mole? Now I am going to discuss that basic fundamental definition of mole. 1 mole of any substance, 1 mole of any substance contain 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 entities. Entities means atoms, molecules or ions in it. I am going to discuss this definition. 1 mole of any substance contains 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 entities in it. What does it mean? If we take, let's suppose 1 mole of helium gas, it means it contains 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms in it. और अगर हम एक एटम ना लेके अगर हम एक मॉलिक्यूल लेते हैं, इफ वी टेक 1 मोल ऑफ H2 गैस इन ए कंटेनर, अगर कंटेनर में सभी H2 मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं then it will have 6.02 10 raised to power 23 molecules of H2 in it. If in a container it is a helium. Now helium, we know that it's an atom. If in a container we take a 1 mole of atoms, then what is the number of atom? It means 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of atoms in it. If in a container there are molecules and it is 1 mole, it means 6.02 10 raised to power 23 number of molecules. This is number of molecules of H2 in it. Whatever, if it is in a container, there is a 1 mole of methane gas. If we take a 1 mole of methane gas, it means that there are 6.02 10 raised to power 23 number of molecules of methane in it. And if we take in a container iron, like if we take 1 mole of Na plus iron, it means there are 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of Na plus ions are present. So that means अगर हम 1 मोल एटम्स का लेंगे तो there is, what is the number? 1 mole means 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number. If that substance is atom, so 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of atoms would be there. If that substance is an ion, so 6.02 10 raised to power 23 number of ions would be there. So it means that mole is not dependent upon like it should be a gas or it should be a molecule. It can be an ion or it can be a molecule. Whatever the nature of substance is, 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 would be the quantity of that substance. Now my next concept is, if we are taking 1 mole of Na plus ion and it contains 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of ions, so it means अगर हम 2 moles लेते हैं, 1 mole में 6.02 10 raised to power 23 number of ions है, and if we take 2 moles of Na plus ion, it means कितना number of ions हो जाएगा? That would be twice of it. So 2 into 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of Na plus ions would be present. Similarly, if we take half mole of Na plus ion, if we are taking 2 moles of Na plus ion, तो number of ions कितने हो गए? 2 into 6.0 into 10 raised to power 23 number of ions. Similarly, we can take half mole even, fractions में भी हो सकती है. अगर हमने 0.5 mole of Na plus ion लिया है, तो उस केस में कितने number of ions हो जाएंगे? So 0.5 into 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of ions. तो इसका मतलब है कि 1 मोल में अगर हमें 6.0 into 10 raised to power 23 नंबर ऑफ आयंस पता है, तो 2 मोल में कितने नंबर ऑफ आयंस होंगे या हाफ मोल में कितना नंबर ऑफ आयंस होगा, दैट कुड बी कैलकुलेटेड फ्रॉम दिस बाय कंपेयरिंग दिस वैल्यू. Similarly, we can apply it for the hydrogen. Similarly, we can apply it for the any other substance also. So that is the meaning of the mole. We can relate mole to the number of atoms, number of molecules or number of ions. Like if I take 1 mole of virus particle, it means how many virus particle are there? 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of virus particle would be there. 1 mole measures the number of atoms, number of molecules or whatever. If we take hypothetically 1 mole of virus particle, then 6.02 10 raised to power 23 number of virus particle would be there. Now next point is, अब हम इसको रिवर्स वे से भी कर सकते हैं. If we know the number, then we can measure the thing in terms of moles also. Like now we can compare कि if 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 number of atoms of helium in a container are present, then it means it is a 1 mole of helium. So we can say if in a container there are 10 atoms of heliums are there, so how many moles are there? We can measure the thing in terms of mole also by comparing this relation. that this much number of atoms is equivalent to the 1 mole, then 10 atoms of helium would be equivalent to the how many moles? We can calculate by simply by unitary methods, that is 10 upon 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 mole of helium. So it means that there we can get a formula by these two concepts, that if we want to calculate mole of any substance, this is equal to given number of atoms, molecules or ions divided by the 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23. N could be number of atoms or number of, it could be molecules or ions. This N can be number of atom. If we are taking in a container atoms, then N would be number of atom. Like here, if in a container there are 10 number of atoms are there, then how many moles? So if we are taking in a container atoms of helium, so this would be the mole of helium only. अगर हमने कंटेनर में मॉलिक्यूल लिया है, हाइड्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल, तो 10 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ, अगर ये हाइड्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल है तो उसे अगर हम 6 इंटू 10⁻23 से डिवाइड कर देंगे तो ये मोल ऑफ H2 आ जाएगा. इसी तरह से अगर हम आयंस के लिए भी अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. सो दिस इज द जनरल फॉर्मूला. अब इस फॉर्मूले में ध्यान से देखो, इस फॉर्मूले में दो ही वेरिएबल हैं, तो वन इज मोल, अनदर इज एन. This number is not going to be changed, 6.02 into 10⁻23, and this value is known as Avogadro number also. हम 6.02 into 10⁻23 को Avogadro's number भी बोल सकते हैं. Let's suppose I have represented it Na. It's not a standard convention that always Avogadro's number is represented Na. We have assumed it to be Na. Then this formula can be written as like mole of a given substance is equal to given number of molecules, atoms divided by the Avogadro number. So this is the general formula. Here 6 into 10⁻23 is always constant. There are only two variables. One is mole and this is given number of atom. If we need to calculate mole, then given number of atoms is divided by Avogadro number. और अगर हमें मोल ऑफ सब्सटेंसेस गिवन, तो हमें गिवन नंबर ऑफ एटम को कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है? मोल मल्टीप्लाइड बाय द एवोगाड्रो नंबर. सो देयर आर ओनली टू वेरिएबल. मोल कैलकुलेट करना है, नंबर ऑफ एटम को एवोगाड्रो नंबर से डिवाइड करो. और अगर नंबर ऑफ एटम्स कैलकुलेट करने हैं या मॉलिक्यूल्स कैलकुलेट करने हैं और मोल गिवन है, मोल को एवोगाड्रो नंबर से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो. लाइक इफ I will give you, अगर मैं दोनों concepts को combine कर दूं, if we need to calculate number of atoms, then there are two methods. Conceptually we can solve that 1 mole of substance contains 6 into 10⁻23 atoms, and 2 mole of substance will contain how many number of atoms? Or we can do it simply by putting the value in this formula. Like 2, if we have given the 2 moles of helium, then how many number of atoms of helium are there? Then moles, there are 2, number of atoms divided by Avogadro number. Number of atom would be 2 into Na. So this is a very simple way. Either you can use this formula, or previously we have discussed the conceptually we can solve it. So this is the one way of doing this concept. So that was the basically fundamental use of the mole. Definition of mole, that with the help of mole we can calculate given number of atom divided by the Avogadro number, or given number of atoms if we need to calculate, then multiply the mole with the Avogadro number. Now we are going to discuss the next relation of the mole. The next relation of the mole is a very useful concept. It is also used to relate the mass of a substance. Like we have discussed the mole with the number of atom, number of molecules. Now mole can also be related to the given mass and with the molar mass. So now we are going to discuss the relation of mole with the given mass. Now for that again we use fundamental definition, of molar mass firstly. If we understand molar mass, then we can understand the relation between mole and given mass. Molar mass is mass of 1 mole of a substance. Mass of 1 mole of a substance. Or it can be defined as mass of 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 entities of a substance. We have already discussed the meaning of entities like atoms, molecules or ions. So what is a molar mass is? It is the mass of 1 mole of a substance or the mass of 6.02 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms, molecules or ions of a substance. So for example, if we know that molar mass, let's suppose I have represented M as a molar mass. So let's assume कि if we know that कि molar mass of hydrogen is 2 gram per mole, that is mass of 1 mole of H2 is 2 gram. Mass of 1 mole of H2 means 6 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules of hydrogen, mass is 2 gram. So this would be given to us already. If we know this value, then we can calculate what is the mass of the 2 mole of hydrogen, 3 mole of hydrogen or even half mole of hydrogen. Molar mass gives us the mass of 1 mole of substance. 1 मोल H2 का मास 2 ग्राम है. इसका मतलब ये है, अगर 1 मोल H2 का मास 2 ग्राम है तो 2 मोल हाइड्रोजन का मास कितना होगा? We can use this relation. So mole and mass can be related only through the molar mass. If we know the molar mass, then we can relate mole with the mass. Like I am explaining it in detail, that is, if molar mass of H2 is 2 gram per mole, means mass of 1 mole of H2 is 2 gram. Then what is the mass of half mole of H2? It is going to be 1 gram. So this is the basically fundamental use of the molar mass. So similarly, if we do it in a reverse way is, if we take 2 gram of hydrogen, it means it is equivalent to 1 mole of H2. So 1 gram of H2 is equivalent to how many moles? So 1 gram of H2 is equivalent to that is 0.5 mole of H2. So mole is related to the mass with the help of this relation. If we understand this, if we know that how much mass is equivalent to 1 mole, then only we can find out X gram of hydrogen is equivalent to the how many moles. So from here again we can find out another general relation, that mole of a substance is equal to the given mass divided by the molar mass. M we have already assumed it to be a molar mass. Now what is W? W is the given mass. These two cases, we can verify these two cases with the help of this formula. If in this case we have molar mass, 2 gram of hydrogen is equivalent to 1 mole, it means it is the molar mass. So molar mass of H2 is 2 gram per mole and given mass is of H2 is 1 gram. Then what is the number of moles? So we can calculate mole is, that is 1 by 2, that is 0.5 mole. So we can calculate by the use of this formula or with the conceptual relation, that is 2 gram is equivalent to 1 mole, then 1 gram of hydrogen is equivalent to how many moles, or simply by using mole is equal to given mass by the molar mass. and initially we have discussed this case. In this case I have given you the mole और हमें mass calculate करना था, और अगर हम उस concept पे जाते हैं पीछे वाले केस में, तो इस केस में हमारे पास मोल है. So how many moles I am having? 0.5 moles. I need to calculate the given mass. Molar mass was 2, so W was equivalent to the 0.5 into 2, that is 1 gram. So mass of hydrogen is 1 gram. So we can relate mole given number of atom upon Avogadro number. We can relate mole given mass by molar mass. Here Avogadro number is same for every substance, atom, molecules, ions, but molar mass is not same for every substance. It is the mass of 1 mole of a substance. If in a container we take 6 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms of helium, then its mass is different. If in a container we take 6 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules of hydrogen, then its mass is different. So what is same is we are taking for molar mass, mass of 1 mole. Number is same, 6 into 10 raised to power 23, but molar mass is going to be different for the different substances. So mole, in case of mole, we can say we have here in this relation there are 3 variables. For different substances molar mass would change, but for same substance molar mass will not going to be changed. If we change its W or mole, molar mass for the same substance remains same, but for different substances it is different. Mole is equal to given mass by molar mass, and similarly mole is equal to given number of atom by Avogadro number. So these two relation, if we see, with the help of these two relation we can solve the little bit of complicated problem also. Like if we need to calculate the mass of 10 number of helium atom in a container, then we need to use these two relation. We cannot calculate directly. अगर हम एक कंटेनर में 10 एटम हीलियम के ले लेते हैं और हमें बोला जाता है इन 10 एटम का मास कितना है, तो हमें पहले ये पता होना चाहिए कि 10 atoms are equivalent to the how many moles. Then moles can be related to the given mass, or we can directly equate these two relation also. Like I'm going to solve this problem. If in a container there are 10 number of atoms, 10 atoms of helium, and I need to calculate what is the mass of helium atom. If I know that molar mass of helium is 2 gram per mole, it is 4 gram per mole. Molar mass of helium is 4 gram per mole. So now we are going to find out the given mass of these 10 atoms of helium. Mole, this is given atom by Avogadro number. Firstly ये 10 एटम हीलियम के कितने मोल के बराबर हैं हमें पता चल जाएगा. So mole is 10 by Na. Now this mole is also equal to given mass by the molar mass. So mole is 10 by Na into 4 is equal to the given mass. So the weight of 10 atoms of helium is 10 upon Na into 4. ये हम simplify करके भी लिख सकते हैं, that is 40 by Na, or we can solve it further. या हम डायरेक्टली भी इन दोनों इक्वेशन को इक्वेट कर सकते हैं. बेसिकली वी आर डूइंग इट कि मोल हम यहाँ से कैलकुलेट करके यहाँ पे इक्वेट कर सक रहे हैं, और हम इन दोनों चीज़ों को डायरेक्टली रिलेट कर सकते हैं. N by Na is mole, which is equal to the given mass by the molar mass. So we can find out by this relation that how many number of atoms, if we take 10 number of atoms, so what is the mass of these 10 atoms of helium in a container. Similarly, in a reverse way, we can think about if we take 10 gram of helium in a container, then how many atom would be there in the 10 gram of helium. So then we can calculate the number of atom in the 10 gram of helium by using this relation. Again I am clearing it. We have discussed so far these two relations. By the basic definition of mole, 1 mole of substance contains 6.02 10 raised to power 23 atoms. With the help of that definition, we expressed this relation. Similarly, how this relation come? With the help of molar mass definition, that mass of 1 mole of a substance is known as the molar mass. From these two relations, we can calculate the given mass of the given number of atom, or the given number of atom is equal to how many number, what is the mass of those given number of atom. You can calculate with the help of these two relations. So this is the basically use of these two relations. Now I am going to discuss the problem which is given in the page number 2. The problem number is 10. That is, what is the mass of one atom of carbon in gram? What is the mass of one atom of carbon in gram? This is the problem number 10, page number 2. Now I need to calculate the mass of one atom of carbon. Its mass is given, already its molar mass is given. It's written as C12. If it is written as C12, it means its mass is, atomic mass is given to us is 12. Now I need to calculate the mass of one atom of carbon. So I will use this relation, N upon Na equal to W by molar mass. So I will take one atom over here upon Avogadro number into 12. This is equal to W. So this is the mass of one atom of carbon. And what would be the unit? Gram. So this is the mass of one atom of carbon. With the help of this relation, we can justify the formula, or we can calculate it very easily. If we need to calculate the 10 atom mass, then we can also calculate by using this formula. M would be the 12 gram per mole. So that is the use of this formula. Now we are going to discuss the next concept. So the next concept is now we will discuss the other application of molar mass, along with firstly how to calculate the molar mass. Now I have discussed the definition of molar mass. Molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of substance. Initially I have used that molar mass of hydrogen is 2 gram per mole. It is already given to me. Now I am going to discuss how to calculate the molar mass of a substance. Now if we need to calculate the molar mass of a substance, let's suppose if we need to calculate the molar mass of methane. If I need to calculate this molar mass of methane, and I would be given atomic weight of carbon, that is 12 gram per mole, and atomic weight of H is 1 gram per mole, that would be given to me. So I need to calculate the molar mass of methane. I have provided with the atomic weight, that is mass of 1 mole of carbon atom is 12 gram and mass of 1 mole of H atom is 1 gram. Then molar mass of methane would be atomic weight of carbon into its molar ratio. This is the molar ratio. If we take 1 mole of a substance, then this is the molar ratio, and there is only 1 mole of carbon atom. Plus, if we take H4, it means there are in 1 mole there are 4 mole of H. Mass of 1 mole of H is 1 gram. Then 4 mole of H is into 4. In 1 mole of methane, there is 1 mole of carbon and 4 mole of H. So molar mass of methane would be 12 into 1 plus mass of H, 1H is 1 into 4. So this will come out to be 16 gram per mole. Similarly, again, if I need to calculate the molar mass of sodium thiosulfate, Na2S2O3, and I have atomic weight of Na is 23. This would be already given to you. we don't need to learn these atomic weight. Sulfur 32 gram per mole and atomic weight of O is 16 gram per mole. Then molar mass of Na2S2O3 is Na atomic weight is 23 into 2. In 1 mole there are 2 moles of Na. These balance coefficients, these are the molar ratios between Na, sulfur and O. In 1 mole there are 2 moles of Na and mass of 1 mole of Na is 23. Then mass of 2 moles of Na is 23 into 2 plus 2 moles of S 32 into 2 plus 16 into 3. So that's how we can calculate the molar mass of a substance. So if there are in 1 mole there is 1 mole of atom, then we will take atomic weight into the molar ratio is 1. There are 4 mole of atom, so whatever the molar ratio, multiply the atomic weight with that molar ratio. Now next is another application. Now we are going to discuss the application of the molar mass. We can calculate the percentage of an element in a molecule. For example, I will take the example of methane. Very simple example. If I need to calculate the percentage of H in methane, with the help of molar mass we can do it. In 16 gram of methane there is 4 gram of H is present. Then if we take 100 gram of methane, then what is the mass of H? That is what is the percentage. So if we know in a molecule, that is if we take the molar mass, किस molar mass में उस atom का कितना contribution है, तो 100 ग्राम में उसका जो भी mass आएगा, that is its percentage. So 100 gram of methane would contain 4 by 16 into 100, that is 25%. So there is 25% of H is present in the methane. So that is the percentage of H in methane. That is what is the basically application of the molar mass. So similarly we can calculate the percentage of the carbon in methane, or if I have taken the example of sodium thiosulfate. So with the help of the molar mass we can calculate the percentage of any element in a molecule. Now next is, now we are going to apply the mole concept on the balanced reaction. So I am going to apply this mole concept on the balanced reaction. Like if we are having, initially I have explained you कि if we will take in a container nitrogen and hydrogen, then how much ammonia is formed in a container. That is basically fundamental application of the mole concept. Till now we have discussed the what is a mole. Now we are going to apply this mole on the balanced chemical reaction. Firstly, we need to know the how these going to react. If in a container nitrogen and hydrogen are there, nitrogen when reacts with hydrogen, then it will form ammonia. Now we will balance it. 1 mole of N2 react with the 3 mole of H2 to form 2 mole of NH3. Now what is the significance of this 1, 3 and 2? These are the molar ratio between reactants and reactant and product with which these two are reacting. These are reacting and this is forming. How we will basically use it, the molar ratio, how we are going to use it. It doesn't mean that if we take 1 mole of nitrogen, then 3 mole of hydrogen will react. It means that if we take whatever the mole of nitrogen would be there, its 3 times hydrogen is going to react. If I will take container 100 mole of nitrogen has reacted, it means that 300 mole of hydrogen has been reacted. So this is the molar ratio between reactants with which they are reacting. It is not necessary always there are 2 reactants. There could be only 1 reactant. then that reactant could be changed into product. If there are two reactants, then we can tell with the help of balance coefficient, it is the 1:3 ratio, 1:3 molar ratio. If 100 mole of nitrogen is there, it means 300 mole of hydrogen is going to be reacted. Now, if we say the molar ratio between reactant and product, it is 1:2. If 1 mole of N2 reacting, it means 2 moles of NH3 is formed. It means if 10 mole of nitrogen is going to reacted, then 20 mole of ammonia is going to be formed. Similarly, with respect to hydrogen, 3 mole of H2, if it reacts, then 2 moles of ammonia is formed. Similarly, 1 mole of hydrogen react, then 2/3 mole of ammonia form. Then we can say that if 10 moles of hydrogen react, then how many moles of ammonia is formed? 3 मोल अगर हाइड्रोजन की रिएक्ट करते हैं तो 2 मोल अमोनिया बनता है, और अगर ये 1 मोल हाइड्रोजन रिएक्ट करेगा तो इसका कितने के बराबर है? 2/3. और यहाँ पे नाइट्रोजन से वी कैन डायरेक्टली कैलकुलेट बिकॉज इट इज ओनली 1. बैलेंस कोफिशिएंट जब कुछ भी ना लिखा हो, इट मीन्स दैट इज अ 1. So it is 1:2 ratio. 1 mole of N2 is equivalent to the 2 moles of NH3 is formed. Now next is, let's suppose if in a container we have taken 10 mole of nitrogen and 5 moles of hydrogen, if we mixed it. If in a container 10 mole of nitrogen is mixed with 5 mole of hydrogen, and we need to ask what is which gas, nitrogen or hydrogen, is going to be left in a container. ये हमें find out करना है. Then again, firstly we need to know the relation between them. Like 1 mole of N2 when reacts, then 3 moles of hydrogen is reacted. If I will assume that 10 mole of nitrogen has been reacted, if 1 mole of N2 reacts, it means that 3 moles of hydrogen react. Then if I will assume, this is my assumption that N2 is reacted completely. Then if 10 mole of N2 would react, then 30 mole of hydrogen would react. But there are only 5 mole of hydrogen. It means our assumption is correct or incorrect. But obviously we cannot assume that 10 mole of nitrogen would be reacted completely. It means that our assumption is wrong. Therefore, hydrogen is reacted completely. Similarly, if I can assume that 5 mole of hydrogen has been reacted completely. Again, look at it. If 3 mole of hydrogen has reacted, then 1 mole of nitrogen would be reacted. I can say it like this. Let's assume that hydrogen reacted completely. Then I will use this to this molar ratio, that 3 mole of hydrogen reacted, then 1 mole of nitrogen would react. Then if 5 moles of hydrogen would react, then nitrogen would react 5/3 mole. 5/3 moles means 1.667 mole of nitrogen would react, and we are having in a container 10 mole of nitrogen. It means that to consume 5 mole of hydrogen, we need to have 1.667 mole of nitrogen. It means hydrogen can be consumed completely. It means if we mixed two gases in a whatever the amount, then which gas would be consumed completely? It depends upon the molar ratio. That is the basically concept of the application of the mole concept on the balanced chemical reaction.